and I know this is going to sound weird, so let me define what I heard. What it was he was trying to be funny. They were heckling him, and he took it as oh, you're heckling me, I'm going to heckle you. Right. And it's one of those things that he didn't. I think he just let it out, and then probably, why did I just say that's not the response I was expecting. Right. So I think he was trying to be funny, and it just blew up in his face.
Oh yeah,
that's the explanation that I heard.
Right. And I mean, I know he did a public apology afterwards, but I mean, you look at that didn't save him at all, really.
No.
Because am I incorrect? He hasn't done anything that you're aware of since that time. I know he did a brief
guest spots.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I think he was on a show on TV Land.
That was
with Kirstie Alley. Way
after. Oh, was that after?
Somewhat recent.
Because he did the one where he was like a private detective.
Yeah, that was right after.
That was right after Seinfeld. Yeah.
You know what though? Let's take another side of this coin because this is a great subject. I've heard Jamie Foxx, for example.
Yeah.
He said some, if you ask me, pretty racist things about white people.
Yeah.
Why does he still have a career? Why does he still have a soapbox? Like why?
Yeah.
We talk about this is acceptable, but this isn't.
Look at Kanye.
Oh my gosh, Kanye! Yeah,
he said some awful things, but
so Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, they've you could look on YouTube and hear some of their racist rants against white people, against Jewish people. Why do they get the pass?
It's an odd coin to be flipping there, I guess, because you think about it really. If take the N-word for example, it should be nobody should be using it, in my opinion. Excuse me, and I'm talking black people or white people. It should just be a word that we put aside, and we know obviously it's going to still exist. You can't erase it from the language, but it shouldn't be something that we use even in rap songs or when they're when you're saying hi to somebody. That shouldn't be like, hey, something that you say. But it was funny because I saw a clip. Some comedian, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Louis C.K. And he talks about he saw a program where they asked the question. They were doing a poll, like one of those Fox News polls, and it was, what word is worse? And it was the N-word, and that's exactly what it was spelled out as. It was N-word, or whitey. And Louis C.K. says, clearly the word that is the worst word of the two is the one you can't even say.
Yeah.
And
he has a good way of explaining things.
Exactly.
Right?
But it's funny to me, too, because you think, Louis C.K., one of the most popular and, in my opinion, one of the most brilliant comedians working not only today, but in probably the last 20, 30 years. And he touches on some subjects that are very risque. Sure. And he talks about, blacks and whites and Jewish people and all different nationalities. And but he does it in such a way where it's not construed as racist. He's just observing. So I think that's kind of interesting where we draw that line in the sand.
Yeah, it's as you know me, I'm always debating and fighting hypocrisy.
Right.
So to me, a lot of those things I do look at the other side of the coin. We talked about that last week too, where I try not to just look at you. And to me, that all of that makes no sense.
Right.
If it's wrong for you, it should be wrong for you. Period.
Absolutely.
But it's not like that.
No, it's not.
So I would like to see more of that come about. You know?
And I know Jay-Z, who I have great respect for, he actually was being interviewed by Oprah, I believe, years ago, and she had called him out on his use of the N-word. And he said that the reason he used it is because he's trying to take it back, I think is how he worded it, to make that word, to take the power out of it by using it in the black community. And while I see where he's coming from, I get it, whatever. I still think that word, it's just nobody should be using it. It's a derogatory term that nobody should be using.
Yeah, so nobody use it.
Just end of story. Don't try and take it back. Just let it die.
All of
slowly,
that just becomes ridiculous.
Quickly, I guess.
It does. It becomes ridiculous when you try to justify it or turn. Well, we can. You can. No.
Yeah.
Because then now we're talking about us versus you. You can. We can't. We can. Just look. Level playing field.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about all areas. You deserve a leg up. Let's tone this part down. Everybody just follow what my grandma said.
Yeah, right.
Trust in God or whatever you feel your higher power is, and try to do good for other people.
Yeah.
And stop with all this nonsense. I've said this before too. It's 2015. everybody grow up a little bit. Everybody stop with the hypocrisy. Everybody stop being an idiot. Everybody just start taking care of each other and do what's right. There's right and there's wrong. I talk about all of this a lot too. Stop breaking the law. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
And whenever I talk about this stuff, everyone always thinks I'm automatically singling out a group. So, first of all, I'm not.
Right.
There's plenty of white people. I've said this before many times. There's plenty of white thugs. There's anybody who is messing it up. I don't care what color you are.
Yeah.
I don't care what your religion is, your sexual orientation. If you're messing it up for good, honest people who take care of their responsibilities, that go to work, that contribute to this society, that pay their taxes, I'm against you.
Right.
Anybody. Yep. I don't care who you are. I don't care what color, whatever.
Yeah.
Knock it off. Let us decent, honest human beings, live our lives safely, and all of you just either get with the program or get out of here.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like, that's, if you want to sum it up, like what my thought process is, and knock it off with the hypocrisy. Everybody stop getting mad at things that you're not really mad at.
Right.
And
stop causing problems.
Yeah.
Out of what maybe, I mean, don't get me wrong, the problems that we have and a lot of what you're talking about, there are problems going on in the world out there. I get it. I see it. But not everything is a problem.
Yeah. Stop trying to be so politically correct.
Yeah.
Just, what's right, what's wrong. Let's focus on that. Quit being afraid to say what the real problems are. Let's address these problems. Let's come up with real solutions, not fake ones.
Yeah.
And let's get to it. As far as, we do have to wrap up here in just a second. So, as far as Michael Jackson goes, the weirdness, I can get around it because I love his music. The other stuff, I hope to God it's not true.
Yeah, it's never been proven.
It's never been proven. So I've read some books that really plead a good case that all that's just garbage. And now, being a fan, if someone might say, well, of course you're going to think it's not true. I just hope that it's not.
Yeah.
It's never been proven. There's speculation. I hope that it's not. And I love his music, and so for him, I give him the pass on his music alone. But yeah, he was weird. He was definitely weird.
Yeah, I guess when I said weirdness, I meant all the allegations that were put up against him. Because weirdness is fine. There's a lot of weird people out there that I can get behind.
Yeah, and I get the weirdness part. I mean, the guy was in the spotlight from 5 years old, beaten into the spotlight by his father. You can't expect him to be normal. There's no way. He was a famous person at 5, and I mean, he was, when you talk about fame, beyond fame.
The fame does not even begin to describe what he had.
Michael Jackson was my entire life when I was a little kid.
I had a Michael Jackson doll. So
so let's do one very quick news story.
All right.
And then we're gonna have to call it a night because we're gonna have to.
We're coming in close here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to just look at this. The world of news, like I said.
The best
one.
All right,
best one that we got. Like I said earlier, there wasn't. I try and do stuff that's either about success or either kind of just an off-kilter, strange news story. And I haven't been finding a lot of off-kilter, strange ones. But the one that I thought was fascinating to me was, and you'll remember this from being a kid, Columbia House.
Where
you could get 12 CDs for a penny or whatever, and you had to sign up. They have officially filed for bankruptcy. They are going under, and I thought that's kind of a big, you're talking about childhood and stuff, but that's a big part of my childhood. I always was like, man, 12 CDs for $1, 12 DVD or videos, I guess back in the day, for $1, totally. And I always wanted to set it up, sign it up and fill it out and whatever, and you had to have credit card information, and thankfully my parents didn't let me go and do something stupid. Now I don't know where I'm going to get all of my 12 CDs every month. So,
and it's funny too that maybe they should talk about success and adapting, and I don't know their whole business model. But maybe they should have tried, and maybe they did. I don't know, but to some kind of online, almost like a Spotify or something where they could buy the music buy 20 songs for a penny,
for half a penny, right?
Yeah, just something where they change their business model.
Yeah, and I obviously I don't know if they've tried that, like you said, but it does seem like they were. If they had tried that, they may have worked, obviously. But it seems like iTunes Amazon, Google Play, stuff
Right,
like
right.
that. I mean, those are big contenders to go up against.
Sure.
So, and who knows? Like I said, that's an interesting story. I want to actually read more about that and see how it plays out, because
Yeah.
I'd like to know if they tried some other forums and stuff, or if they have been literally trying to hawk CDs for the last 30 years. So,
Yeah. All right. Well, again, great show. Very happy with this episode of the Scott Ford Show. If you have any topics, comments, good or bad, we'd love to hear them.
Absolutely.
Email us at thescottfordshow@yahoo.com. And again, that's thescottfordshow@yahoo.com. Everybody be good to each other. Everybody take care of each other. And just, again, success is easy. Follow the ingredients. Work hard. Apply yourself. And you will achieve success. You may not get exactly where you want, but you're going to be better than where you are now. If you're looking for that change, chase it. Make it happen.
Speaking of chasing success, I'm sorry, I just wanted to drop this in. I forgot, August 25th, I'm having
Yes,
my release
I'm glad.
party for my second book. The sequel to Scratch the Surface is coming out, and so it's called Delving Deeper. It's available through Read Between the Lines, and we're going to have a little party at the Main Street Poorhouse in Woodstock, 7 o'clock on August 25th. So it's a Tuesday night. Hopefully I can see some of you guys out there. Tell your friends and family, and I'll turn it back over to you now.
Yeah, I'm glad you remembered that. Come out and support Josh. Get an autograph. Have him sign your book, and support him. I mean, it's a great thing. Introduce yourself. Let us know that you heard him on the show, and everybody have a great week. We'll talk to you next week. And thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Standard Time. And join me on the Morning Frontier on Wednesday mornings for the latest news and events from downtown Marengo.
This is